All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coors Field. Thanks for being here. My name is Reed Saunders. I am the public address announcer for your Colorado Rockies. Happy to be here as your MC today for our official kickoff press conference. I'm a Colorado native. I was here fortunate enough to be in the stands for the All-Star game in 1998 as a younger, thinner version of myself, and to be here in 2021 as a part of this year's All-Star game as a member of the team is quite a thrill for me. Lots of exciting stuff going on in Denver, and what we want to do here today is gather and bring up our terrific partners in this event to tell you and tell the public more about everything going on this week and what the public should be excited about. So thank you again for being here. We're excited to welcome up first our Denver Mayor, Michael Hancock.
Thank you, sir. I was waiting for one of those great introductions you give the players. Yes, yes.
Okay. I didn't want to be presumptuous and assume you would want a badder introduction, but I'm here. It's Coors Field. Let's do it. Okay, now speaking at the Coors Field podium, your Denver Mayor, Michael Hancock. Is that better? Worked out?
Well done. Felt like swinging when he said that. Well, let me say good morning to everyone, and I am proud to welcome and be the first to welcome Major League Baseball partners to our great city. Now, I've said this many times over the past several weeks, but it's just as true today. We're beyond excited to host the 91st All-Star Game and All-Star Week celebration here in Denver, Colorado. The summertime energy is back in Denver after a long, tough year and a half. Our residents and our local businesses recognize that this is a phenomenal way to celebrate this special moment in our lives. And I want to thank Major League Baseball for entrusting this spectacular opportunity to the Mile High City, to the great city of Denver, Colorado, and for the great partnership this has been between your team and ours, and of course, our Colorado Rockies, and for the lasting investment that they've made in Denver through their 2021 All-Star Legacy Initiative. And I just want to share some of those investments with you. Nearly $2 million is being contributed this year toward projects that were hand-selected by the Colorado Rockies and Major League Baseball for the greater Denver community to benefit organizations supporting a wide range of groups in need, including children and families, military families, communities of color. I also want to express my heartfelt thanks and appreciation to Visit Denver. Richard, thank you very much. The Colorado Rockies, of course, our Colorado Rockies, RTD, and the hundreds of city staff who have all worked so hard, so well together to successfully build this amazing event in just 13 short weeks. Again, I will say this, amazingly, what normally takes 2 years to build, this phenomenal team, consortium of various agencies and city staff, got it done in 13 weeks. And we're ready to go. And so I want to invite everyone throughout Denver metro area to come on down and to enjoy what Major League Baseball All-Star Week experience has to offer. Getting vaccinated is your ticket to fun during the All-Star Week and beyond. If anyone over the age of 12 and older want to find out more about vaccination, go to denvergov.org/COVID-19. But we want you to come on downtown and enjoy. And if you're not vaccinated, follow the protocols for those who are unvaccinated. Please wear a mask. Please social distance. But we want folks to come downtown and enjoy the festivities. So we ask that you please drive, bike, and walk safely and carefully to make sure everyone gets to their destination safely. In fact, we really encourage you to avoid driving if you can. If you can take a bus or public transportation, if you can walk, if you can take a scooter on down here. But we want everyone to have a safe ride. And if you plan to consume while you're down here, please find a way to be transported safely in the area. Plan to take scooter or public transportation. No, don't take scooter while you're drinking. Take public transportation, take a TNC to get down here. We're also asking the public during this time, everyone work together to keep everyone safe. If you see something suspicious or illegal activity, please call 911. so DPD can check it out and address any safety issues. We're going to have to work together to keep everyone safe. And we're ready to welcome everyone back to downtown, and we can't wait to see everyone here. For all the information you need to get down and around all the family-friendly activities, and again, there are a lot of free activities for folks to participate in. Thank you, Major League Baseball, for that. You can visit denvergov.org/allstarinfo. That's denvergov.org/allstarinfo. So let's get this party started. Welcome All-Star Week to Denver, Colorado.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Happy to welcome up now the Major League Baseball Director of Special Events, Jeremiah Yolcutt.
Good afternoon. I'd like to echo the sentiments of Mayor Hancock. This event has been a true collaboration between the Denver metro area, the city, Visit Denver, the Rockies, and MLB, along with many other key stakeholders. From the moment we got the word that we were bringing All-Star Week to Denver, we have been welcomed with open arms. There's been a can-do attitude, a willingness to figure out ways to get the job done. The mayor's office and Visit Denver serve the city well in doing this. The recipe for our best all-star hosts is a combination of showing up and collaboration. These two things were quickly apparent from the time we arrived in the city on that first site visit earlier this spring. Everyone, from soup to nuts, was willing to roll up their sleeves and embrace building what is going to be a fabulous slate of events throughout the next week. We have designed All-Star in Denver to reconnect the market, open the city, give back to the community, and showcase the many great connected qualities of our game. From a free play ballpark event at the convention center, which also, to the mayor's point, serves as a vaccination site throughout the week, that is open for business this Friday through next Tuesday, to our outdoor lifestyle events at Civic Center Park with a 5K with registration still open and a play ball event on Saturday, to the first ever MLB draft staged publicly with fans present at the Belco Theater. Our offerings are wide and varied. We are engaging the community with a full slate of diversity, equity, and inclusion themed events at the McNichols Building and at Play Ball Park, murals outside the ballpark here along Blake next to the Excel Building, and in the Five Points neighborhood. We're also giving back to the community with several projects outlined over there that help refurbish fields, provide assistance to schools and hospitals, and keep kids engaged not only in baseball and softball, but becoming productive members of this community and providing opportunities to be better people. We also intend to do what the Rockies do so well and have a full, open, and loud crowd here at Coors Field for a full slate of events from Sunday through Tuesday of next week. We'll kick it off with the XM Futures game on Sunday, along with a celebrity softball game, Gatorade All-Star Workout Day on Monday, followed by the T-Mobile Home Run Derby, and the big show, the 91st All-Star Game presented by MasterCard on Tuesday night. In addition, we are once again returning to a full slate of youth development events throughout the city, as well as here in the ballpark, some of which will be streamed online at MLB.com, including the MLB USA Baseball High School All-American Game on Friday night, and the ever-popular High School Home Run Derby on Saturday. We continue to stress that baseball is available to all fans and players of all ages, whether you want to pay for an experience or you want to come to one of the many complimentary events. As you can see, this All-Star Week will again continue to raise the level of engagement of our sport, what we do when we bring an event to a host market. And so to this market, we are trying to raise the level of execution and engagement and showing up locally to reinvigorate the local community, local businesses, and the show that Denver is open for business. In closing, I want to share a quick story that I think exemplifies why your city is so prepared to host this event. It's a little bit about showing up. We were on Court Place over by the Sheraton, for those that are familiar, just off of 15th. As we were debating how we were going to lay out our hotel plan in the city and the bus plan with our good friends from Visit Denver, and how we were going to protect everyone with our friends from Denver PD. We were spitballing all kinds of ideas, as you do when you plan events for those that do that. And coming down from the 16th Street Mall is a group of people, and in that group of people are several folks from Visit Denver, different agencies. It seemed like almost a welcoming party. But what it was Mayor Hancock took the time from his busy schedule, knowing that we were just getting introduced to the city, to come shake some hands, and most importantly, welcome us to Denver, and let us know that we had the commitments to partner together to put on this event with the Rockies and with the city and other officials. I can tell you that after working in events for 16 years and putting on 7 All-Stars with MLB, there are very few places that a mayor would come out and welcome folks into the city for an event when he has such a busy schedule. It was that moment in which we knew we had the right partner in Denver to make this event raise the standard for the many other markets that want Major League Baseball to bring an event to their city. We once again want to thank the state, the city, Visit Denver, and all of the local agencies that are partnering with us to put on events for the fans here in Colorado. The final measure of success for an All-Star Week is when our fans show up at our events. They attend them, they enjoy them. Our hope is, as that we navigate the next week, we see fans back to the levels pre-pandemic, celebrating the great city of Denver, Major League Baseball, and the Rockies. Thanks so much for having us. We're looking forward to a great week.
Thank you, Jeremiah. I'd like to welcome up Rockies President Greg Feasel at this time.
No walk-up for me, huh? You know, and I appreciate what everyone had to say, and I won't be redundant, but this really started back in, when we really started pushing for the All-Star game was back in 15 and 16, after we had the NHL event at Coors Field. And, Visit Denver, Matthew and his group, the city, just having conversations and getting ready, which helped us when we got to this point. So it has been a huge lift. Our staff has worked around the clock, as I know everyone else up here has worked around the clock. We're ready for you. We're ready for you to come to Coors Field. We had, 4 games that were averaged over 40,000 against St. Louis, and 2 of them were sellouts. We're ready to go, and we just look forward to having everybody here. Thank you.
Let's welcome up Richard Scharf with Visit Denver.
Thank you. Jeremiah, thank you for the kind words. I want to tell you, back in April and May, when you showed up with 20 people, that was the largest group we had in town in 16 months. So we're really excited to have you here. We are deeply honored that Major League Baseball chose Coors Field and this Mile High City. I, unlike Reed, was older and was here in 1993 working with everyone here to make sure that All-Star game went well. And I remember clearly that at the time, it was called Fan Fest, not Play Ball Park. We actually set the 3rd all-time attendance record in the history. So we were really excited about that, and I think we'll probably set a couple records this time as well. So thank you for making that a free event. I think everybody, all of our residents are really going to enjoy that, and all of our visitors as well. This is a big honor, and it's a big honor for the fans of baseball. But more importantly, it's a big honor for the hospitality community, because like I mentioned, we sat empty for nearly 16 months, and a lot of jobs were lost. And so this is really a coming out party. There's a lot of excitement around this. We are bringing back employees, and there's a real hope that we can keep them employed from this point on, which is just something. So this is about the restaurants and the small businesses that work in our industry and the hotel community. So it's great to have you back. Of course, the implications go further than that. The media exposure, being in the business, the good news business of promoting Denver, which is over the last 25 years gotten a lot easier. I can tell you, I remember 25 years ago it was a little harder. But, selling the city nationally, internationally is a lot easier. We've got so much to offer. We're a phenomenal destination, world-class airport, and world-class people. So we're excited about that. And then, as Jeremiah mentioned, for the first time ever, we're going to be broadcasting the draft out of here. So just another really icing on the cake. Overall, we put in a lot of time and a lot of effort in the last 13 weeks. So I want to thank everybody, the city, Major League Baseball, the Rockies, always been a great partner of ours. Matthew and the Denver Sports Commission, who does this on a daily basis. I get to be up here and make the compliments, but he does a lot of the heavy lifting every day, bringing in sporting events in all of our venues around the city. So on behalf of Visit Denver and the Sports Commission, I'd like to thank the governor, Governor Polis, Mayor Hancock for their leadership, and our friends at the Rockies, and of course, the fantastic team at Major League Baseball for making this a reality. So thank you.
And we'd like to bring up the Chief Operating Officer with RTD here in Denver, Mr. Michael Ford.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to start off with we at RTD are very excited to be part of this great Major League Baseball tradition and welcome customers back on our RTD vehicles. Many visitors probably have or will have a chance to take our train from the airport into where it all happens at Denver Union Station. We offer ease of access getting to the ballparks and convention centers, and it's an alternative from parking and traffic. Our system is very popular during this time, and I'm sure it's going to even be more popular during the All-Star game. So please remember that at any time we are moving large crowds, it takes some time. So I just ask that you be patient, but we're excited to have people here and moving them and utilizing our resources. One of the best ways to keep in contact and understand what's going on is to visit RTD at the Ride RTD, or sign up at the rider alerts, or at our website at rtd-denver.com. We are going to be putting extra vehicles out, extra light rail vehicles, commuter rail, and backup buses as well, so we can transport people. We also have ambassadors, RTD ambassadors, that will be at the convention centers, at the Union Station, to help customers navigate where they want to go. So if you need help or support, just reach out and they'll get you where you need it to go. Our exceptional staff is going to be there. Remember, we're still under COVID, and it's a requirement to wear masks on public transportation and rail. So I just wanted to make that announcement and make that clear as well. We thank you for having us here today. We look forward to all people coming in and getting them where they want to go. And I just want to thank you again. Thanks.
Thanks. I want to start with Mayor Hancock. I know you've got, the city's going to benefit a lot in the next couple of days, but long term, what do you want to get out of this? What are the impressions you hope to make? What can this weekend mean for the city beyond Tuesday?
Well, good question. You want to introduce yourself?
Oh, sure. Ed Sealover, Denver Business Journal.
No, thank you, Ed. And a great question. Whenever we do these sort of things, obviously we look for the economic impact is important to us, and we know it's a tremendous economic upside, as Richard pointed out, to have our hospitality industry really benefit from this. The second thing is a long-term marketing for the city and county of Denver, all of Colorado. We know that after the 2008 convention, Colorado went through a tourism boom. We became the #1 tourism destination in the world. When we do these sort of things, particularly when we get on the national stage like this, really the international stage, it's very important for our image, for our branding, and the expectation that we will have long-term boost to our tourism numbers and investments in hospitality going forward. So we have no short of those expectations after the Major League Baseball All-Star game is here. We expect that our tourism will go through a boom and people will want to continue to visit our great city.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you? My name is Darius Johnson. I'm with 9 News. this can be for the mayor or for anyone from Visit Denver. I'd love to know how you all are working with the Denver Police Department to ensure safety and security for those who are going to be attending this large-scale event, and even those right here in the city who are going to be participating.
Darius, I'm going to bring up Deputy Chief of Police Montoya to come up and answer the question.
Good afternoon. We've been working diligently for 13 weeks with all the city agencies within Denver, as well as our partners in law enforcement, federal and state. We put together a very comprehensive plan. We've worked through several issues, worked hand in hand with MLB to determine their needs at these events. We're very comfortable with the staffing we have in place to address any issues. But more importantly, I think this is about engagement. You know, safety comes first, but we really want this to be a fun event. We want this to be engaging. We want our officers to engage with the community throughout this event.
Hi, I'm Liz with Denver 7 News. This one's for the mayor. I was just wondering, you know, you have people who might be coming downtown. They haven't been downtown in more than a year. How critical is this, you know, as we get on the other side of the pandemic to have people, I mean, marking kind of the unofficial, you know, return to downtown?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Liz. Great question. You know, this is a great opportunity for us to showcase that downtown is back in terms of the vibrancy. Many of us who work downtown have been back and have seen, you know, through the restaurants and the various hospitality locations and what have you, that downtown really is open for business. And as someone said here, I think Jeremiah pointed out, Denver is open for business. So for those folks who have not been downtown in quite some time, over a year maybe, because of COVID, we are inviting them to come down and to see that the city is open for business, that downtown is just as vibrant as it has ever been, and we want them to come and enjoy. Businesses need us downtown. The restaurants, the bars, the hotels need us downtown. This is a great time to come and to experience it for yourself, that it is indeed open, it is indeed welcoming, safe, and enjoyable, just as it's always been.
Hi, Sean with CBS 4. Just a question on the hospitality side. Are there any concerns about having enough staff to make this event come through? And then also, what role do volunteers play in making this week a success?
I think like most cities and most industries, workforce is an issue. The good news is when we started planning the logistics for this, the hotels and the restaurant really got into the logistics of making sure they had enough staff. What we are doing is asking for patience for those people who are coming in, because if you realize the people that are working are usually covering 2 shifts, more tables, you know, more people. So we just ask for some patience. So it may be 3 o'clock in the afternoon by the time the room gets clean versus 11 o'clock. But we are pretty confident that we're going to have enough people. And again, this is a lot about going forward. You know, in the past, no one wanted to hire because they weren't sure that we'd have enough business. Last month in June, we ran 75% occupancy. The average rate was great. Now we're going into July with this. We've got conventions on the book for the rest of the year. So we really feel we're back, and I think this is going to be a real kickoff for us. As far as volunteers, I think Jeremiah, I think we hit it out of the roof on this. I think we needed definitely 2,000. I think we got something like 4,000 signed up. So, and that's a good number because obviously there will be some fall off. But the response from the public is phenomenal. And I see someone who does the fun run. Make sure you spread the word. We still have space for the fun run. So do that on Saturday. That's going to be really, really great. But I think we're good on the workforce. But that's going to be an issue for our industry and for many other industries across the country.
Yeah, I'm Owen Perkins with Daily Planet. And probably for Greg or Jeremiah, unless anybody else feels it's appropriate. But you mentioned spending 13 weeks to do what usually takes 2 years. Was on the Rockies' part, was there a sacrifice in hosting this now as opposed to getting the full buildup that you would get? And do you lose your, do you go to the end of the line in terms of waiting for the next All-Star game, or do you maintain the ability to compete for an upcoming game?
Well, first, it was a sacrifice. As it relates to giving something up, we don't view it that way. Do you have to kind of get back in line? Yeah. I was here in '98. There's a lot of people that are in the city and that work for us that were here in '98. But no, we view it as a great opportunity. And when we first got the call, and then Dick reached out to the mayor and the governor, everyone was like, you know, we got to do this. It's the right thing to do. And even though it's going to be a huge lift, we were shooting for 2024 is when we were going to have it. It was just, it was the opportunity we needed to take advantage of. So we're excited. We're glad it's here, and we just want everyone to enjoy themselves. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's not a lot of clubs that would be as willing to take something on as the Rockies did with this. And we certainly viewed it as an opportunity to bring baseball back as well. Not only to bring Denver back, but we want to show our fans who are now packing our ballparks across the country that the All-Star game is back, the season's back on track. We were able to get a season in during the pandemic. Now the pandemic's hopefully winding down, and we're back at business. I would also stress that the event schedule we have in Denver is no slouch. We have every event that we had in many other cities that hosted this from 2009 back through that decade, and we added the draft in a big way. So I do want people to understand that the Rockies are getting the full Monty of events, and we're excited to see Denver support those events. I think that'll be indicative of when we do come back for the postseason and other events we could host here, it'll be great to be able to say we had this great model and the Rockies stepped up to the plate and hit it out of the park. So looking forward to it.
All right, this is Conrad Swanson with the Denver Post. I think this is for Mayor Hancock. So we're talking about the pandemic, and you've pressed the need for folks to get vaccinated, or if they're unvaccinated, to wear masks, socially distance, et cetera. I guess my question is, with the Delta variant in the state, does that complicate this crowd at all through All-Star Week?
Great question, Conrad. Let me just tell you that, first of all, I'm very proud of Denver and the metro region. You know, Denver surpassed 70% of fully vaccinated residents, which says a lot, and certainly shows that we're ready as a city to host these type of events and to get back to our way of life. As with any situation, if you are not vaccinated, the variant and COVID in general presents a extreme risk to you. And it's important that as you come to engage and with crowds, that you protect yourself, but you also protect those around you. And so following those protocols for those who are unvaccinated is extremely important. To social distance, to be mindful that you're at extreme risk and that you wear a mask. That's what is asked of those who are unvaccinated. But again, I'm proud of the fact that in Denver, we are at, what, 73% now fully vaccinated? That sound about right, Evan? I'm sorry? For those who are eligible, so 12 and older. And we're going to continue to go. And we continue to encourage people to get vaccinated. It's not too late to get vaccinated. We still have vaccination clinics open, and we strongly encourage folks to be vaccinated for your own safety.
Yeah, probably for Jeremiah from MLB. So you guys moved the All-Star Game. It was originally going to be in Atlanta this year, and it moved after there was some questions about their voting rights and stuff like that. What made Denver an ideal replacement in that regard this year for moving it from Atlanta?
Yeah, well, as Greg mentioned, we had been working with the Rockies on a bid for a future year. So the first thing we needed to do was identify what markets we could go to that had sort of a bid mentality, and they were already thinking about hosting us. And then we also had to remember, we need to load this event in over a course of a week prior to that. The Rockies happened to be out of town based on how we scheduled the Rockies this year, and that allowed us also to say, okay, they checked that box as well. But then it was the commitment of the Rockies and their owner, Dick Monfort, and Greg Feasel and his team to say, we want to host, we're stepping up, and we're ready to do this and make the commitments necessary. And those are not only financial commitments, but that's on part of their staff, who have been grinding through the start of their season and opening up the ballpark at full capacity recently, and then partnering with us to put on the events. And then we layered in Visit Denver in the city, who said, we'll also do this. And I know the governor also made commitments. So all of those things combined allowed for us to say, Denver's the right host. We're going to bring it to Colorado, and we're going to put on some great events, which I think you'll see over the next week.
Okay, thank you all for being here. We're looking forward to All-Star Week, and we look forward to seeing you out at the park and across town. Thanks again.